There's a reason so many Hallmark Christmas movies are set in Vermont. It's a rural state full of quaint little villages and towns where everyone knows everyone else, and it gets major snowfall most winters. Vermont also consistently ranks in the top 3 safest states in the US year after year. But there's also a dark side to the state. Lately, there have been some troubling occurrences in the Green Mountain State. The one that's gotten the most attention in national news is the shooting of 3 Palestinian students in the state's only major city, Burlington. They were minding their own business and walking down the street. Reports say that they appear to have been targeted for speaking Arabic and wearing traditional scarves. Trying to unpack everything about this would take longer than this short video allows, so let me just say that in other cities and states, this horrific act might be more expected, but for a state like Vermont that's known for being both liberal and safe, this was a shocking event. No one expects to be gunned down on the streets of a Vermont city. However, there has been an uptick in homicides. According to WCAX News, over the 10-year period from 2013 to 2022, the 10-year homicide average was roughly 14 per year, including justified police shootings. Vermont saw a spike from 9 in 2021 to 25 in 2022. As for this year, there have been several homicides where the perpetrator has yet to be found. There were enough of them that some had started to speculate that they might have a serial killer on their hands, so the state police had to issue a statement to the public saying that they didn't think the cases were related. 2 people were found lying next to country roads, and 1 was found shot to death in his home. Then there are the victims who are from other areas. There was 1 Connecticut man found dead from multiple gunshots in a home about a mile from the Canadian border in the town of Newport. There were also 2 students from Massachusetts who had been reported missing and later found dead from gunshot wounds to the head in the town of Eden. I know Vermonters don't really care for outsiders, but this might be taking it a bit far. Then there is the case of the former dean of Castleton University who was shot while she was out for a walk on a hiking trail. Police have issued a sketch of a person of interest. On top of all of this, the state is experiencing a drug problem that by most accounts is out of control. The fire chief of Burlington recounted how over the course of one 48-hour period this past September, around half of the 120 calls they received were for reports of an overdose or unresponsive person. The city is projecting over 500 overdoses by the end of the year, and that's just Burlington. Other communities like Rutland, Bennington, and Brattleboro are also struggling with this problem. Earlier this year, Homeland Security assisted in arresting a fugitive in Rutland for distribution. There was also a raid at a motel that resulted in the arrest of 3 people. Sometimes the drug problem and the increase in homicides are related, as is the case of a Connecticut man who was arrested for both this year. With all of this being said, I still think Vermont can be a great place to live for those of us who prefer a slower pace of life. They just need to work on some of their issues so that they can continue being a safe place to call home.